Wow, 30 years, big award, 2-minute speech. That say, newspaper, well, I'm probably the only person that wrote their speech on a notepad. Say, newspapers are facing many challenges, but it's wonderful to see in this room that while newspapers are having challenges now, we have great journalism, and I'm just blown away by the whole night of the winners, the citations and merits. Everybody here has done fantastic work, so you all should be very proud of yourselves. That when I've said this before, that when I first went to the inquest of Brian Sinclair, and that's how I got this story, that the Winnipeg Free Press, our editor Paul Sabin, made a decision that I would go down there on a daily basis. That's pretty tough in a newsroom our side to take somebody out of the daily mix and put them down in an inquest. It's the only way I could have done this story, because it's the only way that I could have had the time to go through literally hundreds of pages of evidence to find this story and put it all together in something that our readers could actually read and put together. That when I went down there, Brian Sinclair, all I knew was he died. He'd been in the waiting room for 37 hours. He died about 7 hours before that, an autopsy later found. He was Aboriginal, he was homeless, and this should not have happened. Within the first few minutes that I was there, I found out Mr. Sinclair was not homeless, that was something that the hospital and health officials said when they found him. And that characteristic of Brian Sinclair has just carried all the way through. And even to this day, many Winnipeggers just figure he was homeless. He was not. I've got a child that has a disability. I'm not Aboriginal, my child's not Aboriginal. But I can see when we're wheeling through the streets, even here in Toronto, how the attitude towards people with disabilities, a lot of people will come up and they'll just thrive, say wonderful. Other people won't say anything. When I'm going through the streets today, either in Winnipeg or here in Toronto, and I see people sitting on the sidewalk, in a sense, Brian Sinclair's all across the city here, and I see people ignoring them. All I can ask in terms of to really support for Brian Sinclair's legacy, just take the time to take a look at them, make sure they're okay. We don't want to have another Brian Sinclair. Governments and health officials ignore Brian Sinclair. Don't ignore the Brian Sinclairs. Thanks very much.